Yes. Oh my god. I'm out of breath, bro. It's true.
Today we'll be discussing how you can unlock the full potential of Particle 360 on your Mac using Parallels Desktop.
Alright, bro, that's so much ore. I'll be oh, it's orange. It's orange. Yes. Oh, it's pink. Congo graduation. Snap. No. Blue, yellow, green. Green. Blue. Oh, 15 seconds, 15 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes! Let's go.
Cycles X. This is a level that pushed me to my absolute limits. What? I'm incapable. Pixel, 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 pixel. Ah! For 5 months, all I did was grind the same level over and over and over again. And honestly, I don't know if I'll ever do this again. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to tell the story of how I verified Cycles X. This level is filled with quadruple spike jumps, tight ball clicks, straight fly, pretty much everything that can make a level hard. But on day 1, I just wanted to focus on one specific part. The robot. A tradition in the super buffing series is to always have an absurdly difficult robot part in the second half of the level. And to continue that, I straight up deleted the ball portal in Cycles and made this a robot section. And because this robot part was only a few seconds long, I decided to make it really hard to make up for the lack of time. Every click is a ridiculously tight timing, but there's 2 specific clicks that really take this part to the next level. The 87% corner click and the 88% corner click. You have to land your big fat robot on this small little corner without hitting the spike or slamming your face on the wall twice. This section is especially hard due to the fact that a lot of people just aren't good at the robot.
Yeah.
Almost every extreme demon features wave, ship, cube gameplay, but only a few have robot gameplay, which means that there's just less levels you can really practice the robot with. If none of this is convincing you that the robot part is brutal, well, just know that even Zoink struggled on this part. He died over 10 times from 0 when he was trying to beat it after I verified it.
This is the hardest timing in the entire level, bro.
And even Doggy briefly tried it, but he could hardly get past 1 click. When 2 of the best Geometry Dash players in history think a part is hard, you know it's really freaking hard. Even though the robot part is literally 5 seconds long, it took me over an hour to get just an 85 to 100% run, which would also include this short ball section and the final ship. Dude, I feel like I'm gonna get so... There we go, there we go, there we go. That was the run. That was 85 to 100. Oh, guys, stop it, stop it. No, no, don't call me the greatest Geometry Dash player ever. Oh, yeah. I should probably talk about the final ship. In regular cycles, the level ends right at the ball, but I chose to extend the level a little bit to use the ending of the song. And I added a ship portal, which worked together to spawn this very nerve-wracking finale that you have to carefully navigate as the ship. And if you mess up your straight fly even a little bit,
you're dead.
It's all over. And after a 3.5 hour long stream, that was the only good run I got. Considering I had to learn one of the hardest parts of the level and my new hardest extreme demon, I'd say that's pretty fair. On day 2, I would continue to work my way backwards in the level, making my new goal to get 77 to 100%, which would add Loltad's ball part into the run. This is the second hardest part of the level, and it's the hardest ball gameplay I've ever had to do. It features a variety of unusual ball timings that you just don't often see in extreme demons, then requires some intense spam that leads directly into the aforementioned robot choke point. Yeah, this entire portion of Cycles X is just brutal. I don't know why I thought it was a good idea to put 2 of the hardest parts right next to each other, and yeah, I could have nerfed them, but that would have been lame, and I'm stubborn. The only click I nerfed was this one, because it used to be a 144 FPS frame perfect, which is worse than some clicks in the current top 1. That had to go. But other than that, these 2 parts were mostly unchanged. 1.5 hours into day 2 stream, I said this. Come on, chat, if we could get 77 to 100, that'd be the most peak thing. Pretty good call on my end, because I got the run on that exact attempt. Yo, was that a clip farm? That was a perfect thing. Look, I know 77 to 100% is not the biggest run ever, but considering this is literally my new hardest extreme demon by a lot, I'd say that's pretty good for just 2 days.
That's the hardest part of the level.
But progress would rapidly slow down after this. My next goal was to simply add 10% to my best run and get 67 to 100%, which introduces Twister Dude 161's part. This ball part really has no gimmick, it's just really hard ball clicks. Okay, I lied. There is one catch. There's a mirror portal. Now I know people like to hate on mirror portals a lot, but yeah, nah, mirror portals actually kinda suck. This part is instantly twice as hard just because it's mirrored, and reality was really starting to set in at this point. Dude, I'm so cooked. William Afton, appreciate the $2. I'm struggling with like each and every individual part, and if I want to beat this, I have to genuinely get through every part together. Like, I'm like actually feeling like anxiety in my chest, realizing like, dude, Time Extreme took me about 50 streams, and that's absolutely easier than this. I was struggling with getting that 67 to 100% run so much that I decided to temporarily just drop it and start learning other parts of the level. And dude, you know a level is hard when I was making entire full-length videos out of just learning and getting through one part. It would take me 7 whole days to finally get that 67 to 100% run I've been striving for. Yeah! I'm celebrating like I just beat the level. That was only 67 to 100, but oh my gosh, that's finally progress. This is the hardest thing I've ever played. This is just so insanely difficult. 7 days of playing this level, and only now was I able to say I had at least a third of the level down in one run. I am cooked, but there was clearly no time to sit there and be scared of the level. So on day 8, I made a new goal of getting 32 to 67%. The middle of Cycles X begins with the drop, which is a colorful ball part decorated by Spark, which leads into Voxycat's awesome ship part. To be honest, the middle section of Cycles X is overall the easiest section, but that is not to say that it's easy. I'd say that there's 3 major choke points in the middle of Cycles X. Starting off right away with the very beginning of the ball, where you're met with these insanely tight clicks. This specific click at 36% is probably one of the hardest clicks I've ever made. And if you don't believe me, let's open up my death tracker. Fire in the hole! Yeah, that's a lot of deaths. The next choke point is at the end of the ball part in this corridor where a blue blue orb is attached to you, and you have to do a very specific set of clicks in order to reach the ship portal successfully. I don't know if it's just a me thing, but I simply could not get consistent at this part, and it made me mad because every time somebody else would play Cycles X, they would just breeze through this part and not even mention it as being remotely difficult compared to other things. I just could not get past it, which led me to actually shrinking most of the spikes by 10% to give you some more room for error. And anytime I had to nerf something in Cycles X, it was not a decision I took lightly. In fact, I only made this change after several months of struggling with it, because I figured if several months go by and I still can't get consistent at something, it's probably just too hard in the level. Do I regret making this nerf? Maybe, but I don't believe in regretting things in life, okay? I don't care if anybody else thinks that's easy. They can think it's as easy as pie. I thought it was hard, so I nerfed it and I verified it like that. But this is useless. Let's move on to an objectively choky choke point. So the first half of Voxicat's part features a series of pillars that are randomly generated each attempt. You actually need to have the ship skills to sight read it every attempt. But this section is really not that bad. The true issue is the second half of Voxicat's part where the gameplay tightens into this skinny little corridor and you have to do an incredibly awkward click pattern to navigate through all these different saw blades and spikes. In my opinion, this ship section in Cycles X is what really solidifies it as a next level extreme demon. Like, I have not played any extreme demons with a ship part nearly this ridiculous. Most of the gameplay in Cycles X just requires you to be good at timings, but this part forces you to also have a very strong understanding of Geometry Dash's ship physics. It is not for the weak of heart. But with that being said, the middle third of Cycles X is still objectively the easiest third of the level, which is probably why I was able to get 32 to 71% after only an extra 2 days of grinding. Yes! Yes! Let's freaking go! Let's go, chat! So now, chat, tomorrow's stream, I'm gonna start playing from zero. It took me 10 whole days to get here, but it was finally time to play Cycles X from zero. Yes! What? Whoa! Oh my god! That was way far. I just wanted to get to 33. Oh my gosh, I got nervous too. I got nervous. This part's not even hard. We got Cycles X down to 3 runs, man. So yeah, after 12 streams and 26 hours of playtime, I finally got Cycles X down to 3 runs.
Dang.
To give some context as to why that's a crazy stat, you need to know that I beat extreme demons like Low Death and Erebus in less streams than it took for me to get Cycles X down to 3 runs. I didn't even know what I was getting myself into. But I guess the next big goal would be to get Cycles X down to 2 runs. Because if I could get through each half in 1 attempt, that would really prove that I have what it takes to beat this whole thing. So on day 13, I set out my goal to get 50 to 100%, the entire second half of Cycles X. It would combine several of the hardest parts of the level all into 1 run, which would be a serious undertaking for me. However, literally the most unexpected thing happened. An hour and a half into day 13, I started playing from 46% just to get used to the transition between the weird ball corridor and Voxicat's part. And for some reason, I just didn't die for the rest of the run. I don't know how this happened, but I think my reaction really shows how this moment felt for me. What the heck just happened? What? What? I wasn't even going for that. I did the corridor too. Why did that just happen? I wasn't even trying to go for that run. Okay, second half of the level down. I guess that means my next goal would be to get through the first half of the level, which would not come nearly as easily as the second half did. My notes for day 13 to day 18 were all just midstream, not gonna lie. 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 Midstream. Yeah, it turns out that the beginning of Cycles X is really hard to get consistent at. The very first part is technically the hardest part of the level when you're just looking at frame windows. It has the most frame perfects of any individual part of the level. And really I should have nerfed this since it makes playing from zero feel impossible sometimes. But it's one of those things where because the really hard part is in the beginning of the level, it doesn't really matter because I can just keep dying over and over and grinding and just keep trying it over and over. If this part was at the end of Cycles X, dude, Cycles X would literally easily be like a top 10 extreme demon because these clicks are ridiculous. Any part at the end of a level is automatically harder just due to the nerves of being at the end of the level. Hence why I personally consider the final robot to be the hardest part of Cycles X, even though it's technically easier than the beginning when you're just looking at frame perfect clicks. If you need statistical proof that the first part of the level is really hard, look at this statistic. Of the 53,363 attempts that Cycles X took me to eventually complete, 19,996 of those deaths were in the first 10% of the level. Yeah, looking back, I really should have balanced this better. Anyways, that part is followed by another difficult cube part, this time decorated by Vilt, the winner of the Cycles X Creator Contest. Beautiful decoration aside though, this part features some very awkward cube timings. Will I ever become consistent at this part? Yeah, maybe when pigs fly. Oh. There are flying pigs in Cycles X. Ninkaz's part is really confusing at first, but after you play it enough, it actually becomes really consistent. This is honestly the only part of the level I feel like I actually got fully consistent at by the end of the journey. So yay! At least Cycles X has one consistent part. It's very short, however, and it's followed by Troid's pot. Now, Troid, with all of his Australian glory, did do an amazing job at decorating this part. He actually had nothing to do with the gameplay at all, but I still like to address this as Troid's part whenever I complain about the gameplay. So Troid, I promise I don't hate you, but gosh darn it, Troid, your part in Cycles X is so hard, it never gets consistent. Why are the quadruple spikes so tight? Why did you do this, Troid? It just has unnecessarily tight jumps. This stupid click, this stupid orb, this stupid orb, this stupid orb, and this actually normal and very consistent orb to end it off. This part may be short, but oh my goodness, I just died here so many times. I'd get through all of the difficult stuff in the intro and be like, yes, this is my chance to finally get a drop attempt. Let's do it. Then boom, Troid's part would hit me like a gosh darn Mack truck. If any of you guys play Cycles X, you need to let me know if this part is actually really hard or if I'm just like not good at it for some reason. But yeah, all these parts make up the first third of Cycles X. This level breaks up really nicely into thirds actually. Like you have 0 to 33, 32 to 67, then 67 to 100. Like it's literally 3 perfect thirds. You couldn't divide 100 up any nicer than that. That's really satisfying and unintentional, but like really pleasant. Anyways, we know that I already had 42% and 46 to 100% at this point, but there's just that 4% gap separating these runs, and I really need to combine them so I can say that I have Cycles X down to 2 runs officially. And you think adding an extra 4% wouldn't be that hard, but to be honest, me even getting that 42% run earlier was very, very lucky. I would need to get through all of Devilmine, all of Vilt, Ninkaz, Troid, and Spark's part again without dying. And like I mentioned before, days 13 to 18 were simply just bad. I couldn't even get to 42 again any of those days, let alone 46%. This lack of progress really started to frustrate me, but it would all pay off on day 19, when I finally got past 42 again, surprisingly making it all the way to 50%. 50%! 50%! Yes! I now officially had my new hardest extreme demon down to 2 runs. But that did not mean I was consistent. The next 7 streams would once again all be flops. I got absolutely no notable runs, and I just couldn't believe it. All I was doing was hopelessly grinding, playing the same thing over and over, just hoping for those 1 lucky attempts every day. And I was able to get through individual parts, but I just couldn't like string it together and get these nice big runs. This was also when I noticed a really weird pattern where I would just like absolutely suck for a full week straight, then just have like 1 or 2 streams of being like locked in, getting the greatest runs ever. I'm top 1, better than Zoink, better than Doggy. Like I would be on top of the world. And then after those 2 good days, 7 days of nothingness again. It was so weird and really frustrating. A good example of this is day 27. I was just practicing the level like normal, you know, no big deal. And then I got the most insane run I could ever imagine. 33 to 100%. Oh my god! Oh my gosh! What? What is going on? I don't know what that was about, but it gave me a glimmer of hope that I so desperately needed at this point. I just got through 2/3 of the level in 1 run. Like, that's crazy. So all I need to do is get through the beginning like I've already done twice, then just add in whatever I did at 33 to 100%, and boom, I beat the level. Dude, I got this. The momentum continued on day 28 when I started my stream off hot, getting some nice runs like 10 to 50% and 33 to 78%. I knew today was gonna be a good day, and I was right. Only a few minutes after I started playing from zero, I managed to reach Voxicat's part for the first time ever. And I made it through every randomized pillar, got the coin, and then died at 61%. Oh my god! Oh my gosh! What? But unfortunately, that would be the final good attempt of the stream. And as a matter of fact, it would be the final good attempt for the next 10 streams. In that day 28 stream, I was really starting to feel like maybe I was close to beating Cycles X. But little did I know, I wasn't even at the halfway point yet. Here it is again, the cycle of despair and triumph. I would do bad for a week, and then have these couple amazing streams, and then do bad for another week. I just don't understand why this always happens. Like, this isn't the first time it happened. This same exact thing happened to me with Yatagarasu as well, and it was just so frustrating. From day 29 to day 38, I got an astonishing 0 good runs. Like, I wasn't even getting close to any new bests, and I also wasn't even getting close to getting any 33 to 100% runs again, which means the first time was really just pure luck. 38 days of playing this level, and every time I opened it up, it felt like I was playing it for the first time ever. It got so bad that I had to start using an ice pack on my finger because I would be clicking so often for so long every day. It was becoming abundantly clear that Cycles X is just not your average extreme demon.
Well, duh.
Not a single other level I've beaten is even close to the difficulty of Cycles X, and I just don't think my skill level was ready for a level like this. But hey, I was already 38 days deep. I wasn't gonna give up now. Even if I wasn't getting any big runs, at least I was getting slightly more consistent with each individual part. And all of that practice would finally start to pay off on day 39 when I broke a personal record. 14 drop attempts in one stream, and one of those drop attempts stood out from the rest. I finally made it to Voxicat's part again, and made it all the way through to Twister Dude's part for the first time. Let's go! It was really important that I keep this momentum going into the next day. But instead, I went to Lancaster, Pennsylvania, home of the Amish people, a group of people who don't use electricity or cars. And they don't play Geometry Dash. But they do specialize in baking, so instead of beating Cycles X, I was eating whoopie pies. But that is entirely irrelevant. It was now time for day 40 of Cycles X. It seems like my little day out in Amish country really ruined my consistency, because day 40 did not start off really good. I was low-key fumbling for like an hour and a half, and it was just not a good stream. Dang, bro, I don't feel locked in today. It sucks, 'cause I was doing good earlier on stream. Now, it's gotta push through, though. We do bad right now. Next thing you know, I get a God attempt. Boom, 70%. And literally in this same attempt, that God attempt I spoke of struck me like a lightning bolt. I made it all the way to Twister Dude for the second time ever. Actually managed to get through it, which led me into Loltad's impossible ball part, which I also passed? What? Hold on, no way I do this robot too, right? This is the hardest thing in the whole level. Am I actually about to beat this right now? There's just no way. What? Oh my god. If that was 0.19% sewer, this would be a different reaction right now. What? I seriously don't know how this happened. I mean, literally just a few days ago, I was complaining how I like seemingly forgot how to play Geometry Dash. And now I was 7% away from beating Cycles X entirely? Perhaps this was just pure luck or even some sort of divine intervention. But one thing is for certain, and that was me just feeling like I did not deserve this run. Chat, I'm just not feeling it, bro. Oh, I don't know, I'm just confused. Like, I feel like after getting 93%, I should feel like super motivated right now. Like, oh my gosh, I'm almost there. Like, I don't feel like I'm almost there. Like, I genuinely like feel like I did not deserve that attempt. I fluked the two hardest parts of the level, like, out of nowhere. Like, I feel like the odds of me getting there again and actually getting through that is so low that I'm just gonna end up getting stuck there and have like a mind block. Like, I don't know, it's kind of a big assumption because maybe I'll end up just doing really good, but I don't know, I just feel so demotivated. Like, I should feel more motivated than ever, but I feel quite the opposite, in fact. Like, even now, like, if I go to a star position and like the odds of me actually getting through it, even in a star position, are like 1 in 10. How did I do that from 0 and do the robot after as well? Like, I just don't get how I did that. Like, I just feel like I didn't deserve it. Like, there's so many things that could have went wrong that didn't. And like, I just feel like the odds of me actually getting that far again are so incredibly low. But now, like, that I already got that far, there's like this huge expectation of putting on myself. Like, okay, I already got there. I gotta get there again every day now. Like, that's just not realistic. Like, I'm just scared that I low-key have like another month of this journey left, and I just don't even realize it yet. Don't worry, Vortrox. You actually have 2 months left. That 93% run weirdly might have been the worst thing that happened to me throughout the entire journey. Because jumping from a 76% record all the way to 93% without anything in between meant that any run not higher than 93% was essentially worthless. Never again would I get the satisfaction of getting a new best run in the 70s, 80s, or even low 90s. The only way I could get a new best is if I get 94 or higher. And at that point, dying at like 95 or 96 is just like a really bad fail rather than a yay, new best type of thing. So throughout the next few weeks, I would cycle between pretty consistent days where I'd occasionally make it as far as like 70 or even 80% if I was lucky, then days of barely even making it to the drop. That is until day 53, which would be a big day because that officially tied Cycles X with Time Extreme as the most amount of streams ever spent on one extreme demon. Day 53 started off pretty mid as usual, but it quickly turned out to be one of the most important streams of the entire journey. And it's all because someone challenged me to get 1% on Grief. And I said, screw it, why not? Do the first spam and Grief? Bro, low-key, why not at this point? What the? Yo, 1% on Grief. Nah. We gotta roll with that. Okay. Now let's carry that into Cycles X. How about it? What? I carried that positive energy into Cycles X and immediately got 57%. No! Dude, 57% right after 1% on Grief. It's all Grief. No. Okay, let's roll with that. Let's roll with that energy. That's the type of energy that I was looking for. This really marked a turning point in the stream, especially because normally, like, if I got one good attempt of like 72% or 75%, that was it all day. I was allowed one good attempt a day, and it was really annoying. But this time I made it to 72% not once, but twice. Wait, what? And I wasn't stopping there. I made it all the way to Twister Dude yet again, and instead of failing to a silly ball click, I actually passed it, finally being given another chance to pass Loltad from 0.
I know.
No! Gosh! 84. Second highest attempt ever, I think. 84, dude. Yeah, I got 84. At this point, I was just trying to ignore the fact that that 93% run ever happened so that I could feel happier about runs like this. Because even if 84 wasn't a new best, it was still an insanely good run, especially considering that only a few months ago, I couldn't even get through Loltad's part in a start position. And normally after a good day like this, the next couple streams would just suck for no reason, again going back to that pattern I mentioned earlier. But finally, that did not happen. Just 2 streams later, I broke another personal record, getting 36 drop attempts in one stream. None of them were particularly far, but the fact that I was finally becoming consistent enough to at least get through the beginning third of the level this often was so valuable. The more times I got to the drop, the more times I had a chance of really locking in and getting huge attempts. Or even beating it. On day 56, something unbelievable happened. On one of my many drop attempts, I actually made it through Loltad for the second time ever. I fully expected to die at the robot choke point since it surprisingly still hasn't happened, but no. I would perfectly time every robot jump and make it to the short ball section yet again. Finally, my opportunity to rather beat the level or at least get a new bet. That has ruined my whole day. I'm ending stream. Yo, that has ruined my whole day. I mean, if I'm gonna try to look at this positively, at least I made it to 93 again. Having that as my record no longer felt like some crazy fluke, but it's like, did I really need to die there twice? Like, in that stupid little ball section, I could have died to the really hard, tight strafe at the end, or the really hard robot before that, but I died to the little miniature ball part in between. Like, that's just one of those unnecessary things. Literally, the only thing separating me from victory was 3 more ball clicks and then the scary final ship section. But there was one issue. I had to leave for a week-long vacation to New Jersey in only 3 days. I've been going crazy with these last few streams. The last thing I needed was to not play for an entire week and lose all of my consistency. So this meant I could only do one thing. Lock in and play all day day, every day before that trip. I want to go on vacation and relax. I don't want to sit there thinking about, oh, I didn't verify Cycles X, and when I get back, I still have to do it. No, I want to be able to just relax, knowing that I achieved my hardest Geometry Dash level. I was more motivated than ever, and on day 57, I felt like there was a huge chance of me beating Cycles X. I got 93 twice. I was breaking drop attempt records every day. I had only 2 days left before vacation. 93 twice. Thousands of people are watching me. Only 2 days left before a vacation that would ruin my consistency. 93 twice. A million people waiting for me to verify this. I've gone way over schedule with this level. I was about to leave for vacation. What if I couldn't do this? Dude, I don't feel good right now, chat. Oh my god, I don't know what's wrong with me. I like actually feel sick right now. Hold on. I'm like sweating and I feel like weird. But like I can't take a break because like tomorrow's the last day for my trip, bro. I really wanted to give it my all today. I don't know what's up with me. I feel like so like physically ill right now. Like I can't be sick. I don't know what would have got me sick, but I just like, I can't even talk right now, bro. Yeah, my bad, chat. I love y'all, bro. I love y'all. Thank you guys so much for the support, man. This was potentially the worst I've ever felt in my entire YouTube career. The amount of pressure I was feeling to verify Cycles X in just 2 days before my vacation was really starting to add up, and it all just hit me all at once on day 57. And I was feeling anxiety like I never felt before on stream. Look, I know my job is just to play a silly cube game and make videos about it, and trust me, it's my dream job. I would not want to be doing anything else. But sometimes when you have thousands of people watching you every day and you feel like you're underperforming in front of them all, it gets to you. I usually just try to shrug it off, but this was the first time that I spent 5 months on one level. And I just felt so scared that I was like boring you guys to death. And especially because I knew there was only 2 days left before my week-long vacation, I just felt like so much pressure. And for some reason, it just like really hit me that day. So when I went live on day 58, I tried to like alter my mindset and just like remind myself, I don't have to beat it right now. Cycles X will still be here when I get back from vacation. And if people really hated and were so bored of my streams at this point, there probably wouldn't be thousands of people watching. My goal is just to go live, have fun with chat, and give it my all. If I verify it, I verify it, great. And if I don't, I don't. And that's exactly what I did on day 58. I actually streamed twice that day, and I got some decent runs like 81% and 74%, but I just couldn't close the gap. At least I was able to have fun in New Jersey finding horseshoe crabs. Greatest animal ever, by the way. Ate really unhealthy fried foods, and had some fun in the sun. Moving on to day 59. After 2 weeks of not playing Cycles X, I was finally ready to give it a go again. And I know my vacation was only 1 week, but I just kind of felt burned out, so I took like an extra week off from Cycles X and just did other stuff. So it came out to 2 weeks total of not playing Cycles X at all. Not good. Because of the extended break, my return stream wasn't really that great, but again, that's to be expected after 2 weeks of ignoring the level. On day 60, I would regain some of the consistency I had before the trip, getting quite a few drop attempts and even a 75% run. And on day 61, I managed to get to 79%. Ah! 79, chat. Ah! Again, not too shabby. I expected it to take a lot longer for me to get consistent at the level again, but I was able to do it in only a couple days. I think we are so back. It got even better on day 62 when I would make it through Loltad for the 3rd time ever. But inevitably, I finally died to the robot. Oh my god. It had to happen. There was no way I beat this. There was no way I was ever... There's no universe where I was going to verify Cycles X without dying to this robot. It had to happen. Miraculously, I would make it through Loltad yet again. But I wouldn't get so lucky with the robot today. Oh my gosh. Again, this is probably the hardest click in the level, so fair enough. This really is closer to how I expected the Cycles X journey to go. Like, I thought that I would just be dying to the robot, like, over and over again. But, you know, 60 days in, I finally died there for the first time, and then a second time as well. I kept on pushing through the stream, hoping for another lucky attempt, but my luck capped at the robot that day. It didn't matter, though, because day 63 would somehow be even better. It feels like I finally broke that cycle of just having, like, one good stream, full week of terribleness. One good stream, full week of terribleness. Like, we were so back and, like, actually being consistent this time. Like, dude, there was a light at the end of the tunnel. It was amazing. As soon as I started stream, I got a nice 67 to 100% run. Then an hour later, I got 75% and 76% in back-to-back attempts. This amount of consistency was unheard of at this point. and it was really starting to feel like it was a matter of when I can beat Cycles X instead of if I can beat Cycles X. Let's backtrack. On day 56, I got 93%. On day 58, I got 81%. On day 60, I got 75%. Day 61, 79%. Day 62, 88%. Day 63, 76%. Literally every day I was getting insanely far runs, usually only dying by like 1 pixel whenever I failed. This victory was coming really soon and I knew it. So on day 64, I planned to stream for as long as I could while I still had this consistency. And unfortunately, I was stuck at the ship choke point for some reason. I just kept dying to the 60s over and over, which was really annoying for me. A lot of deaths in that ship today. But what I didn't realize in that moment is that I was dying to the 60s a lot. The 60s. To die that far into the level this many times means that I was essentially fully consistent at the first half of Cycles X. There wasn't a single day throughout this entire journey where I wouldn't get stuck at this 36% click or Tride's part for a while. But on day 64, I was breezing through them. In fact, I made it to the drop 54 times in this stream. One of those drop attempts would be at 85%, which kind of upset me.
Kind of upset me.
But I knew that I couldn't let that stop me. If there was ever a day I felt confident enough to beat Cycles X, it was today. 64 streams, 160 hours of playtime, and after 53,363 attempts, I did the impossible. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the verification of Cycles X.
Let's go!
Wait, the UK has 5 different countries? You gotta be lying, chat. I've never heard that before.
What?
Wait, so what are the other 4 countries? I thought the UK was just England.
Lol. I thought the UK was just England. I thought the UK was just England, like Voidra. He got the drop attempt. Yo, boxing cat. Yeah. Go to the snowpack and leave a trail. The things bro says before leaving. Hey, why did the donation go at the exact same time, bro? Hey! Go! Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Yes! Oh my god, thank you!
Yes! 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 Thank you, God! Thank you, God! Oh my god! Level of coins for everyone! Oh my god! I did it! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
I'm actually confident that this is certainly a list demon.
Oh my god! Wait, did we just crash the Geometry Dash servers? No way, we're breaking the internet with this one. Yo, let's go! We got Cycles X rated! Let's see what the fans have to say about me verifying Cycles X. Let's go.
More trucks, I'm gonna have a child with you.
What?
That's it. The Void Truck Cycles X. The Murphy.
Have you ever thought about how your vote affects your wallet? Your vote impacts how much rent and groceries will cost, and if you'll be able to afford going to
Cycles X. This is a level that pushed me to my absolute limits. What? I'm I'm incapable. Pixel, 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 pixel.
Best movie ever.
For 5 months, all I did was grind the same level over and...
Should we watch another Vortrox video? Okay, we might watch,
Polargeist up in here? Okay. How many demons can you beat in 1 hour? I don't know, but I'm joined here with Eric Van Wilderman to find out.
Yeah! And I'm here to get my revenge on Vortrox for beating me on my own channel last time. I'm bringing out all the big guns now. Today, we are gonna go to Random Time!
The Random Time! I'm gonna set a 1 hour timer, and the only rule is beat as many demons as you can. 3, 2, 1... Go! Randomize them. Okay. So I haven't played this one.
Medium in length, the first sin level. Okay.
Bro, how'd I already die to 5.92?
There were so many blue orbs here. You gotta be like lightning speed. There's fakes too. Oh my god, I think I gotta go into practice mode like right away.
Yeah, I'm going into practice mode as well. There's memory gameplay. What am I playing right now? I might have to skip this one, but I kind of want to play it though. It looks cool.
Oh my god, yeah, no, there's memory on this one too, because it's like old, like 1.9 style.
I am not playing that. Let's play Low Orbit Dream. I already have the song. Okay. Yes, we're allowed to skip them. No penalty. Literally, the only rule is just beat demons. We have to just pray we get like some really easy demons, because some easy demons are not easy, bro. Like some of them are just ridiculous.
Oh my god! This crazy corridor! This is insane! How is this an easy demon? Are you crazy? That's insane! See you later, brother!
I'm a third of the way through. It's pretty chill, I think. Oh no, UFO. Oh gosh, no. Is this like memory?
This is an old level. It's called Demon Step.
Ooh, it sounds spooky, EVW.
It is a little scary.
Yeah, better not be no demons. Only angels in here.
Angels in the sky. You remember that song?
I don't know, but I'm in some pretty tight wave gameplay. So let me focus, Eric!
I'm in like an old level that requires a bunch of memorization. You know what I find about old levels though? The beginning's always kind of jank and hard, and then the creators were like, wait a sec.
Okay, so I just finished this one in practice mode right here. This is a pretty chill level. Oh yeah, we're beating this. We're beating this. Low Orbit Dream.
You're doing Orbit?
Yes, I'm doing Orbit!
Oh my god! I don't know about this easy demon though. Kind of regret my choice here.
Hey, it's never too late to skip, but you might just waste a few minutes, Eric, so that's up to you, buddy.
Well, you know, the first demon I played was Hell, so this is actually super chill.
Well, you don't know. It's like gambling. Maybe the next demon will be even easier. I'm on a new best run right now, and I'm straight flying through these strangely colored yellow blocks. No, 22%. I was about to get to the wave gameplay, bro. I just wasted my opportunity.
I bet the wave is like super easy. Easy demon wave? Come on. It's usually chill, right?
I can't lie. This wave part is really tight. Y'all watching right now are about to see that. Tight wave. Tight wave. Look at this tight wave click. Are you seeing these tight wave clicks? I know you're not, Eric, but the viewers are, and they're probably like, what? Vortrox, you're the greatest player I've ever seen.
Actually, I can see it. I installed a camera in your office before recording.
What? What have you seen? Wait, I'm actually on a really good run right now. Come on.
Wait, do I gotta mute? Goes in chat?
No! I did it right! Why did it kill me? And that was 80% into the level. That was a waste of time. We've already wasted 5 minutes, bro.
Oh, I'm so bad. 48%.
No, Eric, have confidence. Say, I'm so good. I am the greatest Geometry Dash player to ever touch this game.
Well, actually, if the editor takes out that really obvious, horrible death I just had, yeah, I can say that.
Come on, editor, do them right. Don't put the embarrassing death in. And don't put any of mine either.
90% of the video's gone then.
New best. Don't fumble. Come on. Okay, there's like low-key invisible stuff. There's invisible stuff. Wait. I think I'm good. First demon complete. Let's freaking go. Let's go.
Oh my god.
That took me 6 minutes. Wait, I'm on par to get 6. I'm not wasting any time. Okay, this one doesn't even have an account. It's just by player, and it's an old level. This is probably gonna suck. Wow, this is like an ancient level. One more attempt. I'm gonna feel this one out. I'm gonna go into practice, actually.
Okay, I'm hyper-focused.
Oh, are you far?
Oh yeah, I'm far.
Oh, okay. I better watch my tail.
Die.
Okay. Dude, I gotta wait the last 10% where it says thank you. Thank Thank you.
Oh, you beat one. Okay, we're tied then.
Okay, Asylum by Vermilion. There's another old level. Oh my god. Oh, it's another old level.
I'm just flying around right now. There's not even... Wait, this is auto. Oh, and then there's a sudden spike. Okay.
No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that one. Get a lot of old levels in here. Okay, I'm gonna do Thunder Interaction by Zenthic Alpha.
This is probably a bad choice, but this level's kind of funny. I mean, look at this. What am I even playing right now? The fact that this is rated is so funny. I don't like these blind clicks, though. This is definitely a mistake, but I'm going for this one. I feel like if I get lucky, I could, like, sight read this.
I'm in a Zenthic Alpha level, which means I'm in practice mode immediately.
He's an OG creator right there. No, why'd I jump up? I literally just jumped for no reason and died. Lock in, lock in!
You know what? Maybe we should be like going to the comments, because the comments will probably be like, yo, beat it in one attempt or whatever, right?
Well, you're right, because on all levels, people will be like,
I hate you. You should die for making
this map.
Whoa, this flying for an easy demon is pretty tight. Holy shoot. I think I found, yeah, no, I'm committed now.
I did the same thing. It's out of 37. I died at 37 twice, and I literally know I'm not supposed to do it, and I jumped anyways. I deserve that.
Sometimes I do that too, because like I see things that people want me to do, and I'm like, you know what? You told me to do that thing. I don't want to do it now. So then I just don't do it.
I'm a total sucker for like arrows when there's like pointing at the wrong orb. I click that orb anyways. I know it's wrong, but I do it because I'm gullible. Actually, no, I'm not gullible. I've never been gullible. Okay, this is like quantum processing right here. Holy guacamole. Go up. All right, and then blind. I remember that blind jump. Anytime there's a lot of soaring, you usually just jump, right? Literally.
I guess so. Oh yeah, like, dude, blind jumps in old levels?
No,
Yeah,
no,
like,
no! Right as we were talking about that, I did a random jump and it actually killed me because I had like the wrong momentum. Gosh, started these old levels! There's comments from like 12 years ago, and the comment is, I will kill you. This map is a piece of momentum. Guys, started these old levels! There's comments from like 12 years ago, and the comment is, I will kill you. This map is a piece of... And the top comment, 11,000 likes. Like if you hate this level.
Man, I gotta do a run on this level.
You're bringing out the star positions. Oh boy, that's when you know it's getting serious.
The beginning of the level is so easy, and then like there's all this memorization stuff like later on. Well, not really memorization. You just gotta know what to do. Unless I'm just bad.
When I watch this video later, I'll find out if you are just bad. Viewers, is Eric bad at Geometry Dash? This dude only beat Sonic Wave. Pathetic.
Dude, it's funny because I'm still not like amazing at the wave.
And I just died to that. All right, editor, please don't show that.
People are gonna watch this, and this is just gonna be a big Vortrox and EVW bashing. Like, I thought these guys were good, my idols.
Yeah, guys, we actually suck at Geometry Dash. Sorry. I just did the same thing. I've done it 37 3 times, and I don't even know why. This is not good. There's only 48 minutes left. I mean, that's not bad, actually. I beat one at least. I beat one. How are you doing on your demon, Eric?
The ending is just rude. I'm going into normal now.
Best of luck. Actually, no. Bad luck. I wish you a very terrible 92% death.
If I ever get 92 today, I will do it. I will rub my face and like rip apart my mouth.
I would never do that. I gotta remember, at 74, there's one spike. Why am I gotten to these one spike jumps? That's just embarrassing.
I didn't want to say anything, but one spike.
What are you trying to say?
Nothing.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought.
I wouldn't make fun of you at all. Nothing.
This laugh is very suspicious. I feel like you're making fun of me, Eric. Are you making fun of me?
Oh my god. Why can't I can't believe that killed me. These old levels, I'm right with you.
They're old and not gold. Okay, just don't do anything here. Jump here, I think. And then at 74, there's gonna be a jump. I literally said, my brain is not braining. No time to sit here and complain though. We gotta just lock in.
You gotta lock in, man.
I gotta get the second demon before Eric. No, what am I doing? What am I doing? I don't even know what I'm doing. I don't even know what I'm doing. From now on, I'm just gonna start locking in. I don't even care about anything anymore other than beating easy demons. I don't care about my health. I don't care about my family. I don't care about my friends. I only care about beating demons. I don't even care about you, Eric.
I was about to say something nice until you said that. That is the sign of a true Geometry Dash gamer. Giving up family and friends for the cause.
Okay, I gotta remember, if I die to 74 again,
What? How did I just get that first try? Oh, pirate. Burr. Oh, I know this. I just want to have no damage. Kai snap. Jeez. I'm gonna go do something. Bye.